guys, it's me Noah coming at you with another video. I'm playing a real deck this time. I'm playing True Dracos with a twist. You'll see the twist like later on. I played this deck in tourney this weekend. The deck went 3-2, but it should have gone 4-1. I unfortunately lost. I lost because we misplayed like in our last game, and the game was already over before I realized it. And then the other game I lost to the best player, and he was playing pure dinos. Maybe, let's say this deck gets 20 likes. I'll bring him onto the channel and explain. He's gone undefeated the last 3 weeks. But without further ado, I'm going to go straight into it.
Draco scenario.
3 Knuckles, obvious. Knuckles has the most potential out of all 3. He searches out your traps once an effect has been activated. He's an additional, and he's a 25 body, which is really important. I was super tempted because of him and some other stuff that I was testing. I was tempted to play the 1 Water True King and then 2 of the Fire one, but you know, things just didn't end up working out. I don't think the Water one would have been like good this weekend, but Knuckles definitely was like the key card. You wanted to see Knuckles within your first 2 hands like immediately. 2 Ignis, you do not need 3 Ignis. It definitely would have helped, but Ignis as a card wouldn't have helped. The fact that like I would have had another True Draco or like another monster to really use would have definitely would have helped speed up the deck. Would have gave the deck a lot more potential. But the adding spell, there's 3 Heritage and 1 Disciple in here, and I don't like Heritage that much as a card. It doesn't really provide anything, because a lot of the time I wasn't doing anything until it was their turn. I was playing really passive aggressively because I would already establish a board through other means, which you'll see in a minute. So Ignis Heat really wasn't that good this weekend, but you definitely should be playing 3. 1 Masterpiece. That's gonna round off the True Dracos. I'm not even gonna explain Masterpiece. You can tribute a monster, spell, or trap in order to get him, and then he becomes unaffected. You can banish a continuous spell or trap from your deck to graveyard. Well, from graveyard to banish, and then you can destroy a monster. Really just like the best card all weekend. A lot of time if I made Masterpiece, a lot of people would either insta-scoop or they'd just give me the game.
Would you say it's like the win condition of the deck?
I wouldn't call it the win condition, but I would definitely say it's the strongest card in the deck. Next for 3-ofs. Three Volcanic Rocket, I'm not explaining this. I'll link down the Volcanic deck I was playing last year around this time, but it searches Blaze Accelerator. I'm playing Volcanic True Dracos. I'll explain that once I go through all the Volcanic stuff. 3 Scatter Shot, the only reason why this deck is even viable. And then 3 Shell, which really does help you cycle through all of your cards, continue your plays, continue to go on.
No! You got rid of him!
I want to talk about this for a minute, which is this and Ignis Heat were the reasons that I thought about playing the Fire True King, just because the Fire True King is a 26 body or 29 body. He definitely has the most potential in a deck like this, and really would have helped me push for a game. A lot of time we slow played, and with the Fire True King the game would have played out a lot differently. I'm really sad that I didn't play those this weekend, but I definitely will be playing them next. Next for spells, 3 Heritage, obviously. I hate Heritage. I think Heritage is the worst card in the True Draco deck, because the deck requires you to play 3, but you really don't need more than 1 or 2, especially with Disciples, because you're going to shuffle it back anyway and draw 1. And a lot of the time I was grinding, and Heritage's effect to pop a spell or trap really wasn't that relevant at all this weekend, because a lot of the time I'd pop 1 card, or I would use my Twin Twister, because I was really cautious about how I played it. So
There's no valid.
but you have to play those.
So with the absence of diagram, how much did that hinder you?
See, so I was thinking about it before I went, and because I could have borrowed 1 diagram, but But really, the thing I was more concerned with was I, as a player, going to be able to use Diagram properly. And really, I didn't need Diagram. Like, I'm definitely going to test a version with the 2 Fire True Kings and then a Diagram or 2 Diagrams, just because the deck, you know, like literally with the Diagram, like goes up another scale. But if you're not utilizing it properly, it doesn't matter what you make, because people have outs to your board. And I just wanted to make sure I was doing that correctly. So I played a more pure, like friendly version this week, and
like
then
a
next
budget
week,
version.
yeah, and then next week I'm gonna go all out and I'm gonna pick up the Fire True Kings and I'll pick up 2 Diagrams. Next up for spells, 2 Chalice. Chalice is the most important spell in the deck. Without Chalice, literally you lose a lot of games, and sometimes you Chalice your Masterpiece like in battle and you insta win. Like, it's sad, like that's just the truth. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but 2 Pot of Duality, you don't need to play 3. I was having a numbers issue in the deck anyway with like consistency wise. You don't need 3 Pot of Duality. Like, a lot of the time, like, you Pot of Duality, you get the card you need and you establish your board anyway. You don't want to ever like Pot of Duality like 2 turns back to back really. So playing 2 was definitely like the right number, and I'm really like proud of the way this card played. This is a card that I will not be cutting. And then next for 1-up spells, I'm going to kind of flash through these. 1 Upstart, 1 Dark Hole, 1 the Monarch Stormforth. Just for the times where you didn't want to use a spell like on your first turn and you needed to get you need to get Knight like immediately. So, and then 1 Twin Twister. I thought about playing 2. Twin Twister did what it needed to all weekend. Like, a lot of decks were siding traps against me. So I put Twin Twister in anyway, and then I would just send the Blaze Accelerator Reload to grave anyway just to set up for plays. Or I'd send like the Dead Shell if I had already gone through my reloads. Twin Twister did what it needed to this weekend, and the discard problem wasn't a problem like it is with a lot of other decks. 3 Blaze Accelerator Reload, like, I'm not going to explain this. You send a Pyro, draw 1. It has a graveyard effect. You banish it during your opponent's main phase or during your main phase, and you can send 1 Pyro monster from deck to grave. And then you play 1 Wildfire, because Wildfire turns off the Blaze Accelerator Reload, frees up space. It costs 500, but it blows up all monsters destroyed on the field. And then you get a token for 1,000, which actually did help, because I used that, and then I flipped another reload, and then I tributed for Masterpiece, and it won me the game.
You can't swing at me, but I think if you swing and they block it, she dies, and then she can recast it.
Next for the True Draco or True King spells and traps, we play the 3 return, 2 Apocalypse. Apocalypse really did help this weekend. I was only playing 1, I think 5 minutes before tourney, and then I decided, I was like, I'm gonna play this because you tribute a true Draco, and then it cuts your opponent's attack and defense all in half, and then you would return, bring back something, so you get to keep the monster, and it really did like help the deck steamroll. And these both have the effect to pop a monster when they leave the field, which was super useful all weekend. I did run into a cloggy back row though, which is what I was afraid of when I was testing for the deck. So I think I might side Magic Planters just to see like what happens with them. I'm still like in the middle of testing phases. I was playing 2 Blazing Mirror Force. I gave back my other one. Honestly, Blazing Mirror Force was super good. You burn for the 15 right away, and then you're dealing at least 2k with the Blazing Mirror Force normally. So it's real, like, and the surprise factor of the Mirror Force is really like what helps the card like be decent. But you should definitely be playing 2 Blazing. And then last but not least for 1-ups, 1 Warning, 1 Torrential Tribute. Sometimes your opponent would set up an insane board before you had the potential to really do anything, and you just needed to TT out. It was the same thing as Scattershot. You wanted to gain control over the board at all times. So, and then last but not least, the 1 Waterfall. Waterfall literally won me multiple games because you'd go, like, say you were losing, you're in a situation, you would literally just go Waterfall, and you'd search for the true Draco of your need at the time, and then it would push you like
that's the card you wanted, right?
it would push you like 30 steps ahead. So
Hey, you don't have to sack.
the deck doesn't really play like an extra deck,
Effects is decent.
but because of the Volcanic Rockets, I guess you could. I don't even have extra deck cards on me. Play Gutsman, play Tornado Dragon, play Castell, play Diamond Direwolf, and then I think a good card to play is the Utopia package, but like that's only if you have space in the deck. I mean in the extra deck.
But you don't really need the extra deck, right?
No, the extra deck's completely like irrelevant. And I was talking to somebody today because we witnessed somebody playing a Link version of, it was a Link True Draco Zoo. And like we talked about it, me and the Dino player, and we came to like the firm conclusion that like when you go to Link, like if you're not making more than 2 links, then like the Link something like really isn't worth it, because to make the Decode Talker and then make 1 monster, it's like it's really not worth it. You're not getting full value for your play, so I'd rather cut down and play like more consistent and more concise cards. That's also the reason why I didn't play the Zoo version. Like the Zoo version loses to 2 board clears. So that was it. Let's say this deck gets 20 likes. I will go and get the Dino guy to come on here, and then I'll show you guys the other version of the deck. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, Instagram and Twitter link down below. Go support us on Patreon, and I'll see you later on in the week.